I want a man that's definitely going to be able to pay the bills, like take care of me. But I still want to be able to have the option to work and do like my career, have a career, and still have kids.
So you want it all.
Yeah, yeah.
Lions. Today's show is dedicated to the ladies who believe they can have it all by focusing on their career before having a family. We will go through an example that will put things into perspective for these ladies. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Let's say a young lady decides or is encouraged to focus on her career. The first thing will be her entering college, say at age 18 years old. Let's assume she gets her first degree 4 years afterwards. That puts her at about 22 years old. We are going to ignore the student loan debt that can occur during this time period for this exercise. Now let's say she wants a master's degree because she was told that this way she can increase her earnings on average. 2 years later, she'll be 24 years old with a master's degree. She now gets into the working world where her major focus is on climbing the corporate ladder to reach her peak earning potential. According to the Pew Research Center, women typically hit their peak earning potential in their 40s. Now we're going to use the age 40 as our baseline peak earning age in this exercise. Now let's say she now wants to have a family. What kind of man will she be looking for? Number one, he has to be making more money than her, because as you know, that's one of the common things you keep hearing for the last couple of years in these social media spaces. Now you can go see one of our videos where we discuss this innate desire for ladies to have a man making more than her. Now, we are going to leave the desire for a 6-inch anaconda and a six-pack alone for this episode. What is in the man's pocket is enough to get our arguments across. Now, the first negative effect of wanting a man making more than the career woman who now wants a family is that the pool of men making as high as her salary is drops off the cliff. The median income in the US is around $57,000 for a man. That's $57,000 for a man. About 10.6% of men make over 100K. And if you break that figure out for race, then it drops even more. So when a career woman is now looking to build a family and she has a high income requirement for her mate, her selection options drastically goes down. Here's the next thing. She typically wants a man close to her age, which makes sense since a man with this type of income tends to be over 40 years old. What does a man who build himself like the career woman just did want in a woman? What does he want? Does he want the same thing she does? No, he doesn't. He does not want a woman in her 40s. Why? If he's looking to have a family, like the career woman is looking to start a family, a 40-year-old woman fertility will be a problem. You see, a woman's fertility is at its peak from her late teens to about age 30. After that, it starts to decline. At 36 years old onwards, the rate of decline increases. Why would a man at the peak of his career want to deal with a woman who cannot give him the family he is seeking? A man's fertility starts falling around 40 years old, and to increase the odds of having children, he should pick a younger lady, preferably a woman under 30 years old. He wants to maximize the chance of having kids. Another benefit of picking a younger lady is that while the career woman was on her way up the career ladder, she was not celibate. She was probably in and out of relationships from before she turned 18 years old and will come into a relationship with this high-earning man with baggage from these relationships versus a younger lady on average. You know, younger ladies can also have their own issue, but on average, they will of course have less baggage. Okay? Why would a man want to deal with all that baggage? He would not. She's probably also set in her ways and is used to not having someone tell her what to do or not to do. A competent man at the peak of his career don't want to deal with all that nonsense. A younger lady makes more sense and are generally easier to deal with. So ladies, can you have it all? A career and a family?
I don't think women can have it all. I just don't think so. We pretend we have it all. We pretend we can have it all. My husband and I married for 34 years, and we have 2 daughters. And every day you have to make a decision on whether you are going to be a wife or a mother. In fact, many times during the day, you have to make those decisions. And you have to co-opt a lot of people to help you. We co-opted our families to help us. We plan our lives meticulously so we can be decent parents. But if you ask our daughters, I'm not sure they will say that I've been a good mom. I'm not sure. And I try all kinds of coping mechanisms.
We're not going to say you can't have it all on this channel, okay? We're going to say it is possible, but you will have to compromise. And that's the thing, ladies these days, so-called modern ladies, they don't want to compromise. They think they can just go in and do whatever they want to do, get whatever they want, no compromise. We're living in the real world over here. We don't live in the fake world, or pretend world, or the woke world. You can have a family and career, but there's going to be sacrifices involved. And the question is your partner willing to partake in those sacrifices? That's the question. So yes, you can have it all, but you will have to start looking for a man long before you are deep in your career, preferably while in college when your fertility is at its peak, because you don't want to have geriatric pregnancy and put your life in danger. So you want to maximize the time you can have babies, and that's going to be when your fertility is at its peak, and that will play a role and affect how your future career goes. Because one, if you have a baby during this time, your career may need to take a back seat if you want your family to have the best outcome. I hope you guys don't want to have a baby and just take the baby and throw the baby in the daycare. That's not the best option. Okay? Let the man go provide, and you stay at home and give your child the best. And the best is from you, not from some stranger in a building somewhere who could be abusing your child. Okay? And when you do that, guess what's going to happen? If you're on the road to your career, you're going to have to take a break. So the career will have to take a break when you decide to have children. That's for people who want to spend time with their young babies, because you have some people who don't care. They have a baby, take a few weeks off, and they're back to work. The child never sees them, never gets to bond with the mother, and they don't care. But over here, we don't subscribe to that nonsense, okay? So ladies, if you want to have the best outcome for your child, you will have to make sacrifices with the goal you have set for yourself with your career. That's just how it is. You also have your husband to deal with. He has a different way of thinking, right? So you're going to have to compromise with him as well. And depending on what the compromise is, that may affect you on your path to your career. That may get delayed, or something may happen that throw you off that path, and you're going to have to deal with that. On this channel, family comes before career. Period. No doubt about that. Okay? Someone has to go provide, and the minute a baby comes into this world, we expect our feminine lady to put that child first. Very important. So ladies, which is more important for you? Make sure you pick wisely now. Hold tight. We're gone again.